find out you're not. That's the way it goes. Well, I'll tell you what. I hope some people from the tribe show up because there's all these tornadoes, and I was looking and checking into that, and you got Max Velocity, man. He's got 41,000 people watching him. Ryan Hall, he's got 102,000 people watching him, and then Reed Timmer, who's goes around chasing tornadoes, he's got 11,000 people watching. I don't know how there'd be anybody else left to even watch a guy live stream chainsaw carve, and all this excitement going on in the world. I don't know why you would. That said, we're gonna do it anyway. We got to do this crap, whether there's somebody here to watch it or not. So we're gonna do it anyhow. Hope you guys are doing pretty good. If you did make it, be sure to smash a like. Hey, Dad, glad to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing pretty good. We got 5 likes and 3 watching. Man, I don't know how you can compute some of this stuff, but that seems to be a mathematical equation I'm not going to be able to solve. I'm not the brightest guy in there. So anyway, let's get that thing about like that. That looks all right. So this is going to be a small bear in the bathtub. That is the plan. I haven't even tried to sell the 2 big ones I got yet, and I'm already making another one. I just like them. I don't know. Maybe I won't sell any of them. Maybe I'll just take them and put them in inner tubes and let them float around in the swimming pool all summer. I don't know. Not too particular. But anyway, so let's get the cutting on this thing. See if we can make some damage, make some sawdust, breathe it in, get lung cancer, and die. All right. Hope everybody's having a pretty good day. I'm just trying to be positive. In case you didn't know, this is a chainsaw. It's got a chain with a saw on it. People wouldn't look, and I don't expect anybody else to be Sherlock Holmes either. I certainly ain't. But why'd a guy have on a set of earmuffs and a set of earplugs on it? I mean, that just doesn't make any sense at all. Every now and then, I don't know if you guys knew this, you got to get sawdust inside your ear, like on these edges. It helps take out like all the things that grow in there, like pimples and stuff that you can't see. So you got to get sawdust in there. So I brought out these earplugs, trying to plan ahead, and I'm too dumb to get this together. But that said, let me put these earplugs in, and so that we can be a little more fashionable. You can see my ears, and look, admit it. I mean, my ears, I'm red like my neck, and all. My ears are kind of sexy. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Man, that guy thinks a lot of himself. No, just my ears. My ears are kind of hot. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's do it. Hey, helps if you turn it on. Anyway, so there you go. I cut off his hands. Oh, I can't believe I did that. No, I'm kidding. All right, anyway, set that over here. And here's what you got. So I got lines up here. You can't see. So, in order for this to be a little more understandable from everybody's perspective, and not just mine, so the ear's about there. That's not going to matter all that much, but I want him to have his paws kind of extend on around. And this one's not going to have feet hanging out of it. It's just going to be the hands, like his feet are down inside, unlike the big ones. But, it's pretty good sized arms anyway. And got that marked out. So from here on, I'm going to go ahead and start digging that head out. And I'm going to leave it like it is and try to give it a little bit of a tilt too. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm that good. We're going to find out. I'm just glad y'all are watching. I hope you hit that like button, smash it as hard as you can. Call your mom up, tell her, hey mom, I know I might have missed Mother's Day, but please go check this guy out and share the link. It'll be fun. Sorry I didn't show up and give you a cake and some flowers. To be honest with you, Mom, my wife don't like you and never has. So don't tell her that. Just like the pirates say, what's wrong with me, mutter? Why are you being all technical? Man, that guy was violent against that piece of wood. That was awful. Uh-oh. So, got the block out to be the head, and this is a piece of Scott's pine. It's not the best stuff, it cracks pretty good. But that said, it's not bad for something like this, what we're doing right here. So let's get at it. out. Looks pretty happy. Looks pretty good. Hope y'all doing pretty good. Be sure to smash that like if you haven't already. We'll keep right on and going. So I'm debating on giving this guy an open mouth or not. On my bigger ones I have. I'll leave this little block in here a little bit as I clean the ears out and kind of think about it. Because I don't really care. One way or the other. It's going to be cute no matter what. Mouth open or closed. I got to make up my mind at some point in time. But anyway, you can just kind of see how the little head's already popped out of there. And he's looking pretty happy. I think we'll go ahead and give him an open mouth because I like them to have, that just gives them more character. They're like, anyway, all right. It's got a little open jaw, but I'm gonna take it a step further, and I'm gonna cut up into this lip and take some of this out. And it just kind of gives him a, I don't even know how to describe it. Look, but it'll be cute. Y'all just be sure and smash that like button. See my little like button my daughter got me? Yeah, that's right. And I'll keep working. That reminds me of an Aaron Lewis song. He's like a fresh new face in a sister's jeans, singing the same damn song, and it keeps on working. So good mouth open. Took a little bit off both the top and the bottom. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a smile and then give him a nose. So that is not good. So this piece right here, what I just noticed is it moved. When I started to sand it, it moved. And so there was a crack run through there. And I think if I go up, I can still smooth it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go through it and get this carved out, and just get this section roughed out of it, but do it going up and try to keep that piece intact. And then after this is all said and done, I'm done with everything else, I'll pull it off and glue it on. But for the moment, I'm gonna have to be extra fancy. A lot of things like like that you can do to get away with that. So that piece of soft, I'll pull it off and clean it up later, or re-glue it on there. Just glue it back on, and it'll be fine. But if I didn't, it would definitely pop out. And there's just different things like that that you learn as we're doing this. So, for instance, my good buddy Creation Dust 777 showed me how to use Bondo to fix cracks and things like that. There's many different things that you can do to fix this stuff. But so, if I leave it there, it'll probably be okay. For now, I can get the whole thing carved, and then later on when everything's done, I'll pull it off and glue it. All right. Out of it as I could before it ran out of fuel, but it's pretty much out. So stick that one in there and get this one out. But anyhow, so giving the head some shape, and really now I dig the eyes and dig the ears out, clean the ears up, I can shape this and then I can move on to the arms. But I like to have the head done first, completely done. So I'm gonna work on that. And go from there. This one has nothing, so I don't think it'd be the easiest thing to do. This one's always kind of simple. What else? It's the MS Your Mama. Yeah, that's what I heard. Come on, Granny. Yeah, this guy, he's always temperamental. I don't know what his problem is. it would be cool for the viewer's sake if before I went any further with the carving, I went ahead and burnt the eyes in this thing. That way, just give you a nice, cool visual effect. You see this guy coming alive. And I'll tell you one thing that makes him come alive is being able to see the eyes. It's really cool. It's really enjoyable. You can't hardly help but like it. And if you don't like it, you're wrong. And that's where it's at, you know. Don't be hating. If you hate, at least eat a burrito first. It'll be fine. Okay. Oh, oh. Good enough. Ah, heck yeah. So see what I mean? It just brings him to life. If you put them eyes in there, it just brings them to life. And so I thought, what the heck, I ought to do that real quick. And before I keep going, because the next part of this is the arms. I think what I'll do is take a piece out so that you can look down and see as I'm carving the arms in. And I can do that. I can take a piece out of my pieces here. Yeah. My pile of stuff. There we go. Okay, not too bad, not too good. Probably shim some of this in there so not too wiggly. And yeah, that's going to give you a little, I'll try to get a little bit better view, down angle, as I cut the arms in. But I mean, ain't that guy cute? Just like that. You put the eyes in, everything comes alive. I mean, it's just really cool. At least I think so. Okay, so I already got the arms drew in from when we cut this piece out. We went ahead and put them in there. So I'm going to gouge them out with that thing. And then it's just taking material out randomly to make the tub. And I ought to make the tub line, because this is pretty good and straight around. I ought to make the tub line, and then that way I know what I'm digging down to. So let me go ahead and do that first. Let me plug that phone back in real quick before I go any further with that. Don't want it dying randomly. But anyhow, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it all right. Okay, cool. Be sure to hit that like button. to do it and still be seen, you know? just shows how cute he is. He's pretty cute. Look at that, 111 likes. I sure appreciate y'all hitting that like button. That's really, really awesome. How long we been on here so far? 41 minutes. That's pretty daggone awesome. Who do we got? Woodchucker, awesome member of the channel. Ray and Sandy's Woodworking, awesome member of the channel. Glad to see you guys on here. Michael S, super fan, awesome member of the channel. Heck yeah, Sir Gregory. What's going on, guys? Okay, so the bear, I'll tell you, the eyes though, I love those Manpaw eye tools. It just brings him to life before you even burn him, you know. It's a really cool looking piece. I'm really happy. Look who we got there. Is it Baby Kisses? Hey, Baby Kisses, what's going on? Glad to see you. All right, guys, I know Baby Kisses likes these little bears in the bathtub. You know, they're pretty cool. So, I'm going to go ahead and clean the arms. I never did close that. So I didn't get enough the sawdust on it. But, okay. And I got to take all that bark off. That's going to take a little while. And I think I'll pick him back up now since it's mainly going to be working the sides. This divot is done. By the time you fill him full of that foam, it'll be coming clear up to the jaw and then pouring out of here. So let me put him back down. I'm going to put that back up. I'm going to be turning this piece of wood into try to make it look like a whiskey barrel. That is the plan. Stan. Okay. Shim that up a little bit so don't wiggle as fast. Heck yeah, I'm gonna get a drink of my coffee before I keep going. I keep trying to pick him up by the ears. I don't know why. But I mean, tell me that ain't cute, you know? The eyes just brings it out, even, you know, before it's even done carving. Okay, how much sawdust do I got in there? How about that? Friendly. Well, if I get to where I gotta have something to drink, I'll just have to go in the house and get something. Okay, back to this. that I don't need to be doing. I can get it a lot closer with this one. It's a lighter. I don't know if you were getting annoyed with that. I sure am. Is it out of fuel? No, that's not out of fuel. It's just being it's just being its normal cantankerous self. Carried away, and the reason is that foam's going to fill all this up. So as long as you got some kind of finger you can work with there, give him 6 fingers, he's good. Or 5. 5 fingers. 5 fingers. What am I trying to do? Grow another one? Oh man. So it's at the point where I got to work the tub down, and so I'll probably start. Yeah, I'll start with this saw until I run out of fuel because it's going to reach a lot more, and just work it around and try to give it that little bit of a funneled look. That's what I'm going to try. but you know, obviously it don't have to be a perfect circle, but you got to smooth these lines out of it. And then we're going to put one single band around in the middle, and we'll have to dig that band out on top of that. Or I may do two. Actually, I may do one at the top and then one at the bottom. But the first thing I'm going to do is go around and work the lines out of it. I mean, make it look better that way. Heck yeah, be sure to hit that 125 likes and 126 people watching. While I'm back here, I'm going to go ahead and put my relief cut in with this long bar while I got it out. I think I might be done with that one. I guess we'll find out. We'll start doing the band work until we run out of fuel with this one and go from there. But anyway, appreciate y'all watching. What we got now? Let's see, 126 people watching. Who have we got in there? Creation Dust 777, the best chainsaw carver in the world. You can see him sometime between 2 and 3 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, chainsaw carving. You got to check him out. The stuff they have in the background, the work he's done, absolutely amazing. Hey, Triple T, what's going on, man? Glad to see you in there. Guys, check out Triple T. He does all kinds of different stuff related to, he's had videos on there putting fish in his pond. He's testing out different attachments for tractors, homestead and stuff. And it's pretty neat stuff. So check out Triple T Acres. You guys, y'all at the tribe ought to subscribe to him. All right. I'm going to dig out dig out on top of it and the bottom of it with this one and go from there. I guess I can need this one again. So it's a little harder with that short band to clean that up. Plus, I got to try to straighten this out more. So, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do that until this thing runs out. band, and you know, I ain't trying to get too fancy, but it looks all right. I'm gonna go ahead and give it the slats in the wood now, as best I can with the dime tip bar. Of course, I ain't gonna get too close to the band, but it is what it is. And we just give it the one band. That was gonna be easy. Paint it black. He's so daggone cute. I mean, check that dude out. Happy, happy. He's looking good. He's happy to be alive, ain't you? Well, yeah, man. When's the water gonna show up? Right now, it's just awful dry. Yeah, I'll bet you are. All right. Come on, Christian, So really, at this point, the foam's gonna come up to here and be pouring over and all that. This dude's naked. He needs some hair. That's the only thing he needs yet. Let's see what we got here. 133 likes. Appreciate y'all smashing that. We ain't even been on here in an hour yet. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh yeah, I guess we have about an hour and 9 minutes. All right, I'll start giving this dude some hair. some hairy knuckles. I mean, he's a bear. You know what I mean? And a bear is a bear, right? Okay. All right. So last thing I can think of with the chainsaw is Marcus dude, and I'm gonna mark him. Yeah, looks pretty good. I'm happy. I mean, I don't know. He looks pretty good to me. How about that? I shouldn't be judgmental. Just assume y'all would think the same thing. After all, that'd be awful rude, wouldn't it? All right, I gotta tell you, I like the earplugs. This has been pretty good. And actually, they were so much quieter with the earplugs than the headphones were. So I don't know how I could complain, you know. So let's turn this guy back your guys' way. I'm gonna blow him off, and then we'll do some wood burning. Get him initial burn. They probably have to dry for a couple weeks, but no shocker, right? Heck yeah. Well, anyway, I appreciate you guys being in here and watching me do this. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. I think today's probably been a pretty good day. Out and burn it, let it dry. We'll worry about the nose holes and stuff like that. So these bees, I don't know what kind of bees they are, but they gotta make mud holes in there. I don't know if they're laying eggs in there or what they're doing. But if you make the nose holes right now, they'll come in there and fill them up. So I gotta wait till they're gone. If that makes any sense. All right. Just give me an initial burn. I may, by the time it's done, see if I can't pull that piece off and glue it. The stuff's actually pretty dry in the middle. But this is how I like to color them now. I mean, I just learned from watching people, especially like Grayson does. Kyle Hall, he burns his, most of them. He paints some stuff though, and I paint a lot of stuff. But the bears, just moving in that direction of burn coloring them. Now this ain't nowhere close. I'm just trying to burn the trash off right now. Honestly, it's going rather slow, and we can change that. I remember when I would have been super excited to have a torch that burned that good. But I ain't anymore because I got this guy. 2 different tips. Hey, Buggy.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine.
Good. All right. Kapow. I mean, you know, the other one was going good, but once you watch this one go, then it kind of seemed like I was just playing around. So, and it's off the whip. It ain't going to be very good on the outer edges, but this ain't about that anyway. I'm trying to get all the fuzzies off of it as I can. It's just sand's easier to do it this way. And that thing's so loud, I don't know how you can hear me talk. I might not be able to. You guys might be saying, I didn't think we could hear him. That guy's dumb. Alright, I'll tell you one thing. This one's going to be a heck of a lot easier to handle than the two I already had. I didn't even take any of that fire stuff because my man are going to be too big a hassle. Look at that. It's that. Well, now, I don't know the answer to this, and we can always fill it with a hood filler. I just wondered what would happen if I did that. Like a kind of bait. This makes it stand so much easier. Burn on the electricity. And this is just too wet to even sand. Just sit here in the corner and let it dry. You guys see that? He's smoking there. Man, if I'd have known that, I probably wouldn't. Last thing I want to do is hang out with another smoker. Anyway, he looks pretty good. Well, yeah, I like it. That's all I can say is I like it. So, let's see about the nose. Let's go ahead and see if we can pull this piece off. Is it going to come off easy or what? I don't think so. No. No, and I'll tell you what. What's going to be the best bet there is going to be to just peel that open just a little bit and drop some glue down in it. That's going to be the answer. Because otherwise, how would you put the nose holes and stuff in there unless that had the opportunity to get solid? It's not going to go anywhere like it is right now. It's on there good enough. I was nice enough to it. That's not going to go anywhere. So, I don't know. Come on, baby. Yeah, watch that all come out at once and squirt all over me. How about that? That'd be okay. As long as y'all get to laugh, I don't care. I won't be a guinea pig. There we go. Hopefully we get something down in there. But, like others say, LJ, I think, was one that said this last week or the week before, if you want glue to be there, you better get it there, because it ain't going to go on its own. And so, I don't really want to pop it off if I can help it. Okay. But I want to get glue in there, and it sounds like it's about ready to go by the sound of that. But I'm just going to dump a bunch of glue in there. Okay, what can I stuff in? Here we go. Kind of catch some of that, so I don't have a whole bunch pulled up on in the mouth there. Probably end up with glue the paper in there and have to grind it out, right? Let gravity do its thing for a minute, and then pull that back out. And I think I'll just tape it over if it's going to do it. Oh yeah, that was the way to do it right there. Pull that out, Leave it in there for a minute. It's working out all right. Not too bad, not too good. I'm just glad it didn't pop off, and then I had to go looking for the piece. That would have been the bad part. So letting that slip down in there. Yeah, it did. It's down in there now. So put that together. And that's stuck. I mean, I don't really have to. Yeah, I can't move it. It's on there. Now, it is on there. So let that filter in and dry like that. All right, so I got anything else I can do now? I don't know why he's eating paper. You know, I mean, at least it's not toilet paper, because then what would that suggest about him? I don't know. We'll put him over here. Leave him dry. And then what else I got? I'm sure I got. So I want to show you guys something. Woody Jeff is his name. He's a chainsaw carver in Somerset, Ohio. He's an older guy. You know, he's not making them like, he's still making them, but he's not making them like he used to. And anyway, he gave me this. Now here's the story on it. It was just given to him by another guy that I'd have to pull my phone out and look it up. And I can't. I'm on YouTube, so I should have remembered. And I know it's a guy named Pawnee or something like that. Gave this to him. So anyway, at the Pirate Festival, I put all my stuff out Friday. I went home, changed clothes, came back, and when I came, this is in my tent, which was closed. You had to open it up and slide it under, you know, to get it in there. And I mean, this thing is absolutely awesome. But anyway, that guy gave this to him as a model, so he would have something to look at that other people had done. And it's pretty. He said this is an extremely old piece, but it's solid. It's really solid. He said, I wanted you to have this so you would have a good model like I had. So I'm going to fix him up, clean him up. He's still in pretty good shape, even though he's old. Jeff said he's wore out. I don't think he's wore out. He's still here, you know. And actually looking at it, you can see this piece was cut and glued to this piece. And then when he cut this off, it's not flush. So I have to clean it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it up, paint it, hang it out here on the shanty. So if I ever want to look at it, I can come out and look at it for reference. And at the same time, it's right out here and it's part of the decor of the shanty on the outside of it. So I think it'll look pretty cool. Anyway, so that's what I got there. Fix this old Eagle up, have a really good model. So I really appreciate that. And actually, I'm going to hang out with Jeff Friday. I think as of right now, he's been chainsaw carving for a long time. And he volunteered to teach me some tricks that I don't know. And I'll take any advice I can get, you know. I mean, that's the way it goes. If you won't, then, well, you're kind of a fool, really. I mean, ain't that why we're watching YouTube? See chainsaw carvers, you know, making stuff and learn from them. I mean, people watch me and they're like, man, I really appreciate, like Chucker said that today. Man, I really just want you to know, I really appreciate what you do. I'm learning from you and all that stuff. I'm like, heck, I'm just a dude. I had to figure it out like you're figuring it out, you know, and I ain't figured it out yet, but I say the same thing to Creation Dust 777. Hey, man, I really like watching you. I'm learning a lot. You've taught me stuff. I will say this. When Creation Dust came here back in January, and I watched him carve a bear, and he left that bear here. When I watched him do the head on that, I've still had some that came out rough, but it was like opened up. It's like the bear was the one thing I just could not totally find my bear. And after he was here and I watched him carve, now I mean, like I did these heads over here, and they're not like his. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, and I wouldn't mind, and he wouldn't mind if I was copying him. I mean, he wouldn't. Little bears that just practice made around, and you know, they're cute. I mean, they're made to be cartoony, and that's really what I'm going for, because that's really what sells. I mean, anyway, but I'm just looking to see if I had something else I could do. And I do. I got that walleye that I need to thin his head down on. Let me take a hose out of the way. And so I carved it. I got that walleye completely done. Then I started looking at it, and I'm like, it's got too much forehead. It's too big. It kind of looks like a carp, honestly. If that makes any sense. Let's set all this stuff up. In here. And I don't want to break the beak off off that eagle. I gotta be careful. But I'm gonna put that walleye back. I gotta fix him anyway, so I might as well do that. I have time. And by no means, don't torture yourself watching something you don't want to watch. If you guys got things to do, I just appreciate what you do. How about that? Yeah, I said do. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I'm gonna turn this around and do it this way. But you know, we just learn from each other. I mean, you don't learn much from me. I'm gonna be entertained when I do something stupid. How about that? That could be entertaining, right? Okay, Mr. Drill. Couple screws. I bought a whole new box of them over here. Somehow I can't seem to find it. I don't know that I'll need but one. The way it's going to be sitting on that ledge. And then I also got to make the fin and put the fin on there. But the head, it's just got too much head. It's too much forehead. Little spider back here, he's all freaked out. This guy's gonna kill me. As long as you don't get in my way, buddy, you're safe. How about that? So, if I can move this, if I can move that, it would sure be nice. There's a lot of wood pieces in there. But I wouldn't have to move the camera if I could get this out of the way. And then I don't know if this one's gonna have enough, wrong saw. I don't know if it's gonna have enough gas in it to do it, but what I gotta do first is I gotta take this. That's not right. That's too much. Turn that a little bit. It's too much forehead. Uh-oh, somebody give us something here. Baby Kisses, $2. Awesome. I appreciate that, Baby Kisses. I just guess you must really enjoyed that bathtub bear. That's awesome. Hey, 145 likes. I wonder if we could get 5 more while we're working on this bear. Hey, Perry, what's going on? Glad to see you, buddy. All right. Heck yeah. Look at that big bass. You like that big bass? Yeah, I do too. I really like that bass. And I said if it didn't sell, that I was going to hang it up in here, and that's where it's at. Okay, but anyway, let's go back to the walleye. So I got to take some of this off. This is too much of it. And then make my fin. It don't look bad. It just kind of, it's like if a walleye and a carp bred, that's what this fish should be. You know? So, that's not what it's supposed to be. So, and it's only because of that. If it wasn't for that, I mean, this thing would look great. It'd be a beast. But getting the earplugs back ready to go. And it won't take much. But then I got to do the scales all over. Sand him and do the scales all over. And he's pretty good and dry. good though. I mean, definitely that totally changed it. It does no longer does it look like a you know, cross between a walleye and a carp. All right, so I'm seeing that, scale it, all that good stuff, finish it back up, make that thing look good. All right, at least I think it'll look good. How about that? Y'all might think, man, this guy's really dumb, man. I don't know why you think that looks good. What the heck is that supposed to be? Some kind of space fish or something? Man, I gotta find my other RZ because this one here is pretty well worn out. Let me move this. Might be too close now. All right, there we go. Okay, clean this guy up, clean and sand. Got scales. I wonder if I got. I still got that. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like I got the right bird in it. Or it's not a bird. It's a round stone. This can't qualify as a bit or a burr. Hence, we won't call it a bit burr. Come on, 2 more likes. I'll have 150. That'd be awesome. All right, let's see what we got. So that's that for that. The fish is done. I just got to make that little block for the fin. And I ain't going to put you guys through that because, I mean, nobody's going to be able to watch on YouTube and know what the heck is going on. So I got to take this little piece here and turn this little piece into a fin and dowel it in there with 2 dowels and glue it on there. And, yeah, that'll take a little bit of work. It's not bad. A little bit of saw work. Mostly sanding and cutting it up. Actually, it's going to kind of be a headache. Actually, I may just cut it out with a table saw. I don't know at this point. But just a little piece of that, you know, about like that. And dowel it in there, 2 dowels, glue it on, and let it sit like that. And that baby will be done. I ain't going to put you guys through it. So let's check this guy out. He's over here where I put the glue in. He looks like he's just blowing his nose. He's kind of funny. All right, let's see what we got. All right, guys, here's what we got. Here he is. The bear just got in a trash can. He's been eating ice cream. That's what's coming out of. Maybe it's, I don't know if it's snot or ice cream. It's really hard to say. But he's a cute little guy. and about half the size of this guy over here. That look, I just got sawdust all over him. But I give him his eyes. He looks cool, you know. And not finished, but pretty close to it. But that's what we got. This guy right here. It's like this dude needs a little bit more work himself, but he's been kind of just hanging out here. I gotta refoam him, and when I refoam him, I want to have a couple more of these. So I'll probably wait another couple weeks and make another one of these so that I can get 3 of them done. But I want to make more little ones like this. So I think they'll be easier to sell. And that's why I didn't even jack them big ones this weekend. They're too heavy to even mess with. But that's what we got. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys being in here. Look at all that. Look at dandruff. Man, that dandruff is so bad. I'm going to have to start using Head and Shoulders. Anyway, be sure tomorrow, check out Creation Dust 777. Sometime between 2 and 3, he will be on tomorrow. And be sure and hit the like. He had 103,000 views last Saturday, and it'd be nice to help them continue to keep getting views like that. It's really, really awesome. And that said, we'll be back on Thursday. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be carving something. How about that? All right, that's what we got. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate y'all being here. Come back when you can stay.